Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Top Hat Gaming Man here, introducing you to a special edition of Top Hat Chat over on this channel, the Top Hat Gaming Man channel. I am joined by my co-hosts, Mr Street and Orb. Yeah. So today we're going to be discussing a rather interesting topic. Just this week, a UK retro gaming legend has resurfaced on the information superhighway, who's not made much of an impact since the 90s, I suppose we could say.
Are you telling me Dizzy is back?
Dizzy's never gone anywhere. They're still making Dizzy games to this day, I believe.
Oh, I'm out of the loop.
You are indeed.
But Dizzy's not what this particular video is going to be about.
No, we are talking about Dave Perry, of all people.
The
Who's
game's
that?
animal.
Yes, the Games Animal. We're very familiar with his work, I'm sure. He used to be on Games Master as a commentator. He was very good at Mario 64 as well, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
Why not?
He wasn't very good at Mario 64. That's why he's actually, known.
So he's famous, basically, for not being very good at Mario 64. That's the
Yeah.
biggest impact on the world he's had so far.
I would use the word famous loosely. But yes, he is famous for that.
Okay, we don't want this content to be inflammatory.
It's
at
not.
all. Good.
It's
Because,
not. We've been told specifically to not bury anybody, ever.
No, we don't do that here on this channel.
No.
We treat everyone fairly and nicely.
So I'm going to take a nap.
So, Dave Perry, he's just launched his new Games Animal YouTube channel, or at least uploaded a new video, which has been somewhat controversial in many people's eyes. It's had rather a mixed bag of reactions. We've all seen the video, so let's discuss what we've made of it.
Yeah.
And some of the comments we've read.
I thought it was quite funny, but probably not for the intended reasons.
You don't think? You don't
No.
think he's a genius and tickled your fancy?
No, that wouldn't be how I would put it.
Shan't be tickling my fancy.
But with the amount of controversy it's basically stirred up from the limited amount of views it's had so far, sure, that's a job well done.
Well,
We're talking about him now.
but it's in our circle, isn't it?
It is within our circle,
Yeah.
yes.
It's part of the. How do they refer to you?
We won't talk about that now. But yes, it's part of, obviously, people who know British retro gaming are talking about it on Twitter,
Yes.
essentially.
I mean, he's basically famous for being a meme.
Yes, it's kind of like a more obscure version of, in my opinion, he would probably say otherwise, and some other people probably say otherwise. But remember we had the Star Wars kid a long time ago, the man who played with the lightsaber really badly, and then he got famous for that. Dave Perry is most famous for, and apparently he's being trolled up until this day, according to his videos, for losing badly on Mario 64 on Games Master. When I say losing badly, how would you describe that?
It was a whitewash.
Yeah, you actually watched it live at the
Yeah,
time.
I
I'm
was-
not talking about him losing. I mean the way he handled the loss, isn't it? What he's
Right.
famous
Yeah.
for.
Well, I thought you wanted an in-depth analysis on his gameplay. No.
To be fair, I do. How was it?
Yeah, I can remember he fell off really early on, several times. It's been a while since I've seen it. I've seen it before, but I watched it live. I think I was about 6 or 7 years old at the time, and I do remember watching it because it was just this really stressed bandana, man throwing a hissy fit and walking off of a TV show that I loved, because he got beaten by a young chap playing Super Mario 64 on the race level.
But according to him, he got cheated because Mario 64 hadn't come out in the UK yet, and the other person already owned the Nintendo 64. That's what he's very angry over that.
If that is true, then I can understand a bit of anger, but genuinely pitching such a fit, over such a small thing,
That is quite
was
funny.
amazing.
Getting angry over losing that game.
Even as a kid,
Yeah,
I was like,
I can't
"Oh."
imagine anybody that would get angry over losing at a game
Throwing the
ever.
controller about, and
Yeah, no,
crying
I mean-
that they had been treated unfairly by the game.
Yeah.
But yes, in this video, which he has been hyped up somewhat, he mentions this moment and
A lot.
a few other things. So,
Yeah.
should we give a rundown of how the video begins?
Yeah, it starts with catchy. Can I think I can get away with calling it catchy.
Oh, it's catchy.
It's a catchy tune that I think he probably wrote himself and maybe performed himself. I haven't fact checked.
The game's animal is a man of many talents.
I think he might have said that he made something. Well, that could have been the end one, which we'll get to later.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, it's a catchy tune.
Yeah, it's got that, it nestles in your brain like a parasite
Yes.
that you wish to remove, but you can't because it will disrupt your normal bodily functions and you will die.
I quite liked it for someone who is musically inert. I enjoyed it.
I think that's why. I think
Yeah.
you have such a low bar to compare it to. Silence, like compared to Silence, that song sounded awesome.
Yeah.
Let's not bury poor Dave too much. He's new on in the YouTube scene, and I believe he's hit 600 subscribers today. This video, despite being a small channel, has already had like 2,600 views, which is quite good for a channel with a subscriber base of that size. So, since we have a big subscriber base here of nearly 30,000 people, I would love some of you actually to go over to Dave Perry's channel and give it a subscribe and see what you think of this video yourselves. Yes, let him know in the comments section. Moving on from that, he talks about what direction he should potentially take with his channel and asks the audience their advice on what he should perhaps do.
Quit.
You're not a fan of this
No,
content?
this isn't what I've said. Somebody else said it. Somebody said he should quit.
Okay. Well, personally, I think he has the young man has a blossoming career ahead of him to have made this video with a small subscriber base and got such a massive reaction so quickly for like I said, with a small subscriber base.
Yeah, I think the numbers are impressive. I think it's like a case of when you watch the first couple of episodes of any TV show that you really love, where it's actually quite painful to watch the first couple because it's introducing everybody and, it's just a bit... The production isn't where it will get to, and there's just a few teething problems. I think maybe that's where he is right now, because there's certainly some teething problems.
Yeah, I mean, the resolution of the video is probably something that could be improved on. I mean, this video that we're recording right now, for example, is recorded on a webcam, and that's at 1080p.
Yeah, I know his video was only 480p, but that could be part of the genius of Dave Perry. It's to get people talking, as I said, surely. He mentioned, didn't he, in that actual Games Master video that he was a marketing manager. So surely this is all a work, and he's working the audience to get people talking like we're doing now.
Because he's definitely not a journalist.
Like uploading something intentionally at 480p, that sounds like something a journalist would never do, but a marketing manager potentially would.
Because he definitely wasn't a journalist.
Exactly, he definitely wasn't a journalist. I agree. Marketing manager.
But he did release a couple of publications.
That's irrelevant in this case. Now he's a YouTuber. That's what matters. A content creator. An influencer. Like he's influencing us to create this video. And influencing people to write lots of mean tweets too.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. They're pretty devastating.
There's a lot of angry people out there on the information superhighway. And that brings us on to the next point in how the video ended, and which seems to have upset people for some bizarre reason.
Yeah. It's very reminiscent of the 90s done badly.
The 90s done badly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just kind of, as I said earlier, he's Mr. Magoo'd himself into the world of YouTube content by kind of harkening back to the glory days of bikini-clad women and games, and that was it. That's all you needed to sell the game was, look at this game, but also look at these boobs.
Yeah.
But we know that never actually worked. It didn't work.
So why is he a marketing manager if he's pulling that off again?
Well, he was a marketing manager in the 90s. He's not a marketing manager now. He's not a marketing manager anymore.
Clearly.
But yeah,
otherwise, if he was, he'd know that should go in the thumbnail.
But to give... Exactly. It should definitely go in the thumbnail, some of this boobery. Because I do not believe sex does sell. It doesn't sell products anyway.
It doesn't sell to you.
But it does. It does catch the eye. Which is why thumbnails work so well on magazine covers. It catches the eye. People will open it and then look. So it works for magazines and stuff like that, but not so much for games because you don't play a game based on the front cover.
Tomb Raider.
Well, I never did. A terrible game.
That's because you're made like a Ken doll.
But yes, we are going completely off task now.
No, we're not. We're talking about marketing.
This is fake news. We're talking about this amazing marketing from Dave Perry, or this amazing video. This video seemed to upset quite a lot of people, and personally I think it's unjust because at the end of the day he is a influencer from the 1990s, so obviously you're going to give somewhat of a throwback to that period, so surely you want to make your content look fairly 90s by having stuff such as the booby women playing the arcade games. That's how, like we said, whether it worked or not, that's how gaming was marketed over the time period. Watching Games Master, you would see lots of women who look like that, presenting trophies and golden joysticks and that sort of thing.
While watching this, you said something quite interesting.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah, and it was something along the lines of this would have been barely acceptable in kind of 2004. And times have moved on, and I think that's why he's getting a lot of the hate.
But times have not really moved on, have they?
The climate is so much more different now.
To a degree, you watch other things, like if you watch things like UFC, they still have women holding up signs, don't they?
They do.
Or if you watch like NASCAR driving, they have the women holding up the signs.
But
So why should gaming be different? Watch rap videos, they'd be full of women with boobs and that.
Right.
Tell me how gaming's any different.
The biggest example I can give is Dan Houser, who is the head of Rockstar Studios, was recently talking about the huge release of Red Dead Redemption 2. And there was some furore in the news about something that, was quite controversial because of its misogyny and some of that. And he said, I'm so glad that we are releasing Red Dead Redemption 2 now and not GTA 6. He said he couldn't imagine the headache that the guys would have trying to release and market a game like a GTA 6 in today's climate because of how much people are more sensitive to those issues.
Yeah.
So I think gaming is very aware of that.
Yeah.
But that's just a few people being oversensitive. What we need to do is just ignore them and get on with our lives and produce the stuff what the people want.
But then if it doesn't get high views and it gets overly negative remarks, it's not what the people want.
Yes.
But if it's only a small percentage of the audience who are doing that...
But if they're the most vocal and they watch the most, they are your large percent of the audience.
But they're not. They might be the most vocal, but they're definitely not the largest portion of the audience. Even Dave Perry's video, despite the negative backlash it has received, he's still got 60% thumbs up, which means he's still pleasing more people than he is annoying them at the end of the day. So we need to basically let people have freedom to have their own views somewhat, whether people agree with them or not. And personally, I do not think it's particularly misogynistic to have women in bikinis in a video. Those women would have consented to be in that video in the first place. In fact, I would say it's misogynistic not to let those women be in the video because they know women shouldn't be doing stuff like that. I don't want other women doing stuff like that because I think it degrades me personally.
I can understand why he's done what he's done. It's very 90s, and that was where he made his fame.
And what I will
agree on, understand that, but I think he's kind of Logan Paul'd himself a little bit.
What, with 2,600 views? He's looking that quickly.
He's Logan Paul'd himself on his first video, and he's just had a colossal lack of judgment, which I'm assuming he may or may not be sorry for. I mean, to
I
be
don't think
fair,
there's a lack of judgment because, as I said, this is getting attention. We've made this video now, for example. So how's it a lack of judgment? It's like people are talking about it. Go on Twitter. If the booby women weren't in it, people wouldn't be talking about it. People are only talking about it because of that.
No, they're also talking about it because of the poor production quality and the fact that he's an absolute personality vacuum.
That's your opinion, but either way, those aren't enough things for someone to post tweets about it. Those aren't big enough things. That's the sort of thing people ignore.
To be fair, most YouTubers when they start out haven't got the best production value.
No.
And actually recording a video, just talking to a camera, is quite difficult. I mean, us three, as it stands at the moment, you did it slightly differently when you started, but it came around in such a way where actually we could bounce off each other. Doing it to nothing is really difficult, and I've tried. It's hard. So, maybe with time it will progress and it will turn into something more than it is. I mean, your first attempts at some of your videos, they weren't spot on perfect.
I hate my first videos. I'd say most content creators would say exactly the same thing.
I think it's a bit unfair that in his first video he's getting the amount of trash that he is. He is getting slated, and I think I do think that's a bit unfair. If you're going to judge him 10, 15 videos in. Constructive criticism is usually well received.
And yeah, I do think it's a little bit unjust, and I personally do not feel that what he's done is offensive. It's fine, people can voice that, and they can think that if they want. I just don't personally agree.
I think we have glossed over the most important thing that's come from this video. The ending song.
The ending song, yeah.
I'll just go straight out. I'm thinking that's Grammy nominated.
It's catchy.
It's the catchiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's kind of like, do you know those terrible radio jingles that we get in the UK that are like that. It's like that, but with worse production.
Can we remember the jingle?
I was about to do the
It pretty much
Hastings direct. It was Bikini Babes, up and down. Bikini Babes, up and down.
Something like that, yeah.
Again, marketing genius. You remembered the theme after just one video.
Yeah, but
I watched it twice.
It's not making me want to go out and drink a cold, delicious can of Dave Perry. I think that's the thing. And I don't think it's bad. I mean, I'm going to watch. I'm going to carry on watching. I'm going to see what the guy throws out more.
Well, I support this product because, to be honest, he's got me very intrigued. To
I
get
am.
people talking this much with just one video, you've won, my friend.
Yeah.
Even though you're not my friend,
No,
'cause I've never met you. But maybe we'll be friends one day. Who knows?
Yeah.
He won't like you.
No, he won't.
But I have invested in a Union Jack bandana as a result of his
So
video.
he's shifting merch already.
Yeah, he's shifting merch. I didn't buy it from him, but I bought some merch.
Yeah.
Someone's.
Well, that would be really nice because you'll probably wear that while playing games on our Twitch stream.
Yes, on twitch.tv/Top Hat Chat.
Yeah, that's 9 p.m. every Saturday UK time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe you will get to see me play the slide level on Mario 64 at some point down the line.
That would be good.
Yeah. Why not?
And if they want to come check out the Top Hat Chat YouTube channel, it's
which is basically more videos like this talking about rubbish.
And don't forget, we might be talking rubbish, but give Dave Perry a chance. Make Dave Perry great again. Subscribe to his channel. I will put the link in the description. Give this man a chance. Yeah. Have we got anything else to cover?
No, I think we're right.
We okay?
Yeah, I think we've got every major point nailed from that video.
I mean, maybe we can look back on this in a few months' time, a few years' time, maybe, and it'll be a trip down memories lane.
Yes. Cheerio.